Hi Pankhurst, and welcome to your second Talk for Writing lesson this week. So today is the 2nd of March 2021, and our learning objective today is, can I use fronted adverbials? Today we are going to look at using fronted adverbials. We have already looked at fronted adverbials earlier on in this academic year. So when you started year 3, we did look at fronted adverbials. Today we'll be looking at them in more detail, okay? And picking up more skills and understanding more skills about different types of adverbials. So I have a question for you now. What is an adverbial? Put your thinking caps on and have a good think. What is an adverbial? All right, fantastic. An adverbial is a word or phrase or clause that is used, like an adverb, to modify a verb or a clause. Adverbs can be used as adverbials, but many other types of words, phrases, and clauses can be used in this way, including prepositional phrases and subordinate clauses. So, what is a fronted adverbial? Have a good think. Discuss it with your adult, with your sibling, or your teddy. Okay, fantastic. So when an adverbial is used at the beginning of a sentence, they are often called fronted adverbials. So the word fronted means obviously at the front, so at the beginning. So when they are used at the beginning of a sentence, they are called fronted adverbials. So fronted adverbials are used to describe the time something happens. So before sunrise. So if we look at this sentence, it's discussing the time something happens. So before sunrise. Darius crept into the beast's cave. So and it's also used when the frequency, so how often something happens. So in this sentence, every so often, Darius could hear the beast's ferocious snore. A fronted adverbial can be used at the place something happens. So at the back of the cave, the terrifying creature began to stir. A fronted adverbial is also used with the manner something happens. So as quick as a flash, Darius bounded behind a nearby rock. And then also the possibility, so how likely something will or has happened. Almost certainly, the deadly beast would find Darius. Okay, so from this page, we have learned that fronted adverbials are used to describe the time something happens, how often it happens, so at the place it happens, in the way it happens, so the manner it happens, and the possibility, so how likely it happens. Okay, so fronted adverbials are to describe these bits. Here is a fronted adverbial word mat to help you. So over here you've got fronted adverbials of time. Over here you've got fronted adverbials telling you how often, so the frequency something happens in. Over here you've got fronted adverbials which tell you about the place, so where it happened. Over here are fronted adverbials which tell you in the way it happened, so the manner it happened in, and how likely, so the possibility of how it happened. Okay, so have a good look at these this word mat, and have a look at these interesting and detailed words. Now, every fronted adverbial word, phrase, or clause needs to be followed by a comma, okay, to separate it from the main clause of the sentence. Where should the comma go in this fronted adverbial sentence? So it says here, in the Iron Age, people lived in round houses that were on top of a hill fort. Fantastic, it would be here. So your your comma would be here, in the Iron Age. So that's your fronted adverbial there, okay? Where should the comma go in this fronted adverbial sentence. So the sentence says, slowly and carefully, the hunters crept closer to their prey. Where do you think it would go here? It would be here, so slowly and carefully. You wouldn't put it after slowly because you've already got the and there, okay? Where should the comma go in this sentence? Sorry about that. It shouldn't have gone like that. I was meant to do a circle. So where should the comma go in this sentence? In the cave, the villagers would draw pictures on the walls. So where's your fronted adverbial here? Fantastic. In the cave. So that's the place. Yeah, that's the place. How about this sentence? Where should the comma go in this fronted adverbial sentence? In the Bronze Age, people began to make jewelry out of different metals. Fantastic. So Bronze Age, just after the Bronze Age, because that is telling you when. Okay. So can you spot the fronted adverbials in our text map? So have a good, pause the screen and have a good look at this text map, and then I will show you and we will discuss where the fronted adverbials are. So pause the screen now and have a good look and note them down on your mini whiteboards. All right, fantastic. So over here, you have not got a fronted adverbial in the introduction where it says, have you ever wondered what life was like in Britain for the earliest humans? Okay, that's just a question. So you don't really have any fronted adverbials there. So now we're going to go down to our second paragraph, which is about the Stone Age. So it's over here, in the early Stone Age. And the reason you know that is a fronted adverbial is because it's described like a time, okay, but then also is followed by a comma. So in the early Stone Age, people were hunters and they found food by roaming from place to place in different seasons. In the late Stone Age, so here's your other one, so you should have found that. Then it says, in the late Stone Age, the people lived changed a lot because they began to settle into farming villages instead of moving from place to place. People started to look after animals and grow their own crops. All right, fantastic. So when people discovered how to get metals out of rocks, that I wouldn't say that is one. I feel like that's too long. Then you've got when people died. Actually, that could be one. Okay, and then in this paragraph, you got in the Iron Age. Then you've got as a result of all the wars. That's it. So those are your fronted adverbials there, okay? Now, can you think of a fronted adverbial to put in the blank? Remember, it could be about the time, frequency, manner, place, or possibility. Pause the screen now and work it out. Okay, so I am going to choose the word bravely, okay? So bravely, the caveman ran after the woolly mammoth. So I have described it in, I have used a fronted adverbial describing the manner. Okay, so the manner in the way it happened. So that's the one I've used there. Now, can you think of a fronted adverbial to put in the blank? Remember, it could be about the time, frequency, manner, place, or possibility. Think of one and then come back to my screen when you are ready. Fantastic. So over here, you could have written in the Stone Age, because it says they made their weapons out of stone. You know, the most probably easiest fronted adverbial you can use is in the Stone Age. So that's the one I am going to use. So that's going to highlight that for you now. On your mini whiteboard, can you write down a fronted adverbial to put in this blank? So remember, again, it could be about the time, frequency, manner, place, or possibility. So over here it says, they began making jewelry out of bronze and gold. Fantastic. So here you could write in the Iron Age. So in the Iron Age, they began making jewelry out of bronze and gold. So that is the fronted adverbial I've used. Now it's your turn. I want you to pick activity 1, activity 2, or activity 3 to complete. Make sure you choose the activity that is most appropriate for you. Okay, so think about what me or Miss Lewis would give you in class as an activity. Okay, so here is a fronted adverbial word mat to help you with the tasks. Again, I'll go through it. So over here are fronted adverbials of time, fronted adverbials of frequency, fronted adverbials of place, manner, and possibility. So for activity 1, you need to rewrite the sentences below. Then you underline the fronted adverbial and put the comma in the correct place. So for example, number 1, I'm going to write on my piece of paper, during the Iron Age, people made their weapons and tools out of iron. Then I am going to, on my piece of paper, add in my comma in the correct place. Activity number 2 says rewrite the sentences below, filling in the blank with an appropriate fronted adverbial. Think about time, frequency, manner, place, or possibility. So over here, so what I'm going to do is on my piece of paper, I'm going to write number 1, people would hunt and eat woolly mammoths. So I could write down for number 1, in the in the Iron Age, in the Stone Age, people would hunt and eat woolly mammoths. Okay. Then activity number 3 is write a sentence using a fronted adverbial about each picture below. Think about time, frequency, manner, place, or possibility. So now you need to think of your own sentences about describing the picture, okay, using fronted adverbials. So make sure you upload your work onto Tapestry, and I really look forward to seeing this. See you next lesson, Pankhurst. Bye.